Hello. Uh, hello. I'm very slanted. 1 second. I'm actually filming this a week later. Again, typical me. I've already seen this show. I always enjoy this time of year. Pantomimes, just so much fun. They're incredible. And great also for the industry because you get all of the well-known people, some really big stars that you probably know, and some people that are in more of the local area that you know of. I decided that, didn't decide actually. I was invited to go to watch Blackpool's pantomime that they do every year. This year it was Cinderella. Now, I've been to the Grand Theatre many a time to watch panto. My very first panto that I saw actually was Peter Pan, and I absolutely loved it. I love Peter Pan. Peter Pan's one of my favourite stories. Beauty and the Beast is up there above Peter Pan, but we'll roll with it because they were invited, or they are an admin for Welcome to Blackpool. Now, they asked me if I wanted to go because they didn't know anything about theatre. Also, had never even been to the theatre in their life, which I'm like, okay, fair. I mean, there's probably a lot of people who haven't been to the theatre, but if you've seen a show, like in a concert form or anything, you've technically been to the theatre. You've seen the show. It's just that this show is a lot different to like a concert you would go to, like an arena or anything like that. But yeah, it was their first experience in the theatre, watching a panto. And to be honest, a panto was probably the best one for them. Just eases them in, get to actually understand what's going on. It's such a magical show. It really is. And the way they did it this year, it just made it so much bigger, and I was just so in awe of it. It was really good fun. The whole cast, their leaders, lead principals, Steve Royal, always funny, and to be honest, actually, I think he is the best person for that sort of role. Like the Buttons, because that's what Buttons is in Cinderella. Silly Billy, those sort of characters. He is the best person because he just takes something and then just goes off with it. Like, he'll just like develop that, and his improvisation skills are just absolutely out of this world. They really are. They're really good. To the point I actually I've seen a couple of pantos, not just in Blackpool, I've seen them other places as well, professionally, and yeah, they get it, they understand it, but with the Silly Billy Buttons character, you've really got to be there with the audience. You are the relief for the audience. I mean, the whole show is the relief for the audience, but he's the one that you kind of rely on, and you want to be like best friends, and he is your best friend, so therefore he's going to make fun out of you. Obviously, the Dame this year, because it's Cinderella, they weren't dames, they were two drag queens who were playing the ugly stepsisters, and they were really good. There was a bit of a wardrobe malfunction in part two. Sorry. There's a bit of a wardrobe malfunction in Act 2, and it was to the point that it was the trying on the slipper, and they said, "Oh, you might need to take my stocking off. You might need to take my stocking off, because I think it's the stocking that's doing it." So there they go. They start with the stocking, and they keep going until they go off to the side of the stage, Dandini, and then clearly, he legs it all the way around the back. Someone else is pulling the stocking as if he's still going with it. Goes to the other side, comes on with the stocking still. Obviously gets to the end, yanks it. What normally would happen is that it would just go flying off. However, no, that didn't happen. The the Dame just went flying, lost the wig. like when a cast corpse, it's the best thing ever, and not a single person was just stood there being like, what's going on? Every single person just couldn't believe what had happened, and you knew it had never happened before because they were all in tears, crying. It was so funny. It really, really was. There was also another moment with Steve Royal, the ballet scene in Act 1. And you could tell he was trying to put everyone off in the scene, because they were all just smirking and laughing, and he literally was getting in their faces and everything. And then that is how you do it. You need to get in their faces. I mean, all the 5.5 years of me being in the dungeons, I'm a bit of a pro at that anyway. Oh my God, that made me feel sick. One highlight for me, and it's the carriage. That was created at the end of Act 1. And my God, I wasn't expecting this. I knew there was a carriage, and I just thought it was going to be the three lads, three older lads who are in the dancing ensemble, coming on, just pulling it. Oh, no. Real life Shetland ponies. I was like, this is the best panto I've seen. And it was just so good. It really, really, really was. And also another thing that made it, I mean, after the Wicked movie, I was like, I haven't had enough of Wicked. I need more Wicked. This panto didn't fail. Nearly every single song was something to do with Wicked. And every single one of them nailed the song. Even, because they did One Short Day, and then a bit of Dancing Through Life. And then they ended with... Yes, they did. They ended with Defying Gravity. And Kitty Harris, who played Cinderella, or Cinders, as they call it in the panto, she nailed that top note. And also did it in the style of Cynthia. And I was like, what? It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I could have watched it again and again and again. And to have been invited to that by a really good friend of mine, which Harry, thank you so much for that invite. It was a media event anyway, so it was actually kind of lucky, because I'm going to promote it, and also going to promote the page as well. Welcome to Blackpool. Do make sure you check them out. And if you haven't seen the panto already, it is on until the first week of January in 2025. I'm going to say. I don't think it goes any further, but I'm sure it ends sometime in the first week of January 2025. I would know the date if I had the date here. I'm sure that Fraser in the future of editing this will probably put it somewhere. Maybe there. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to finish it there. But first, before I finish, there is actually a little video that we were allowed to film right at the end, which is a lovely touch, and it just really got me feeling in the Christmas spirit and enjoying my evening out at the theatre as well. And yeah, it was just so magical. It really was. And I need to get more into it. I need to do more stuff like that. I need to actually get myself into a panto. I'd love to do a panto. I'd love to actually have a go at the Silly Billy Buttons role, because it's just very up my street. But yeah, it's just nice to see theatre. And also, it was sold out. It was a sold out theatre, and it felt it because it was really warm in there. It was so warm, and it's just so nice to see the Grand Theatre. And it always is at this time of year. Christmas is the best time for theatres because it packs in the audiences, because it's so feel good and joyful and brings everyone together to just have a good time. Tickets are a little bit pricey these days, unfortunately, but if you are able to, they are actually on sale now for next year's Blackpool Grand Theatre Panto, Beauty and the Beast. I love Beauty and the Beast. So yeah, try and get them booked, because they do sell really, really quickly, so do try and get in. There are a couple of pantos I need to get still seeing. Some friends that I know who in another panto, I'll be seeing them as well. And I think there's something else I'm going to be doing for next week's vlog. So keep an eye out for that. I hope it goes to plan. If there's no video, you know what happened. But anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for now and enjoy this clip right here. See you later.
Pantomime is over. We hope you've had a ball.
You've been a lovely audience, and we thank you, one and all.
Time for us to say farewell, but leave you wanting more?
And if you want a little extra, Greg, come and see me at stage door.
Time it passes quickly, so watch the hour hand.
And one last thing before we go, let's hear it for the band!
You can never hide what's in your heart, remember, crystal clear.
Good luck, good health and happiness, and we'll
See you all next year!
I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.